Today, I just wanted to jump on quickly and talk a little bit about emotions. Now, emotions can feel overwhelming, they can feel uncomfortable, they can feel like you are almost losing yourself sometimes. And sometimes it's easier to not deal with emotions. And sometimes we even brought up is to, calm down, stop being so overexcited and don't be such a drama queen and don't do this and don't feel that and everything else. And we can almost put a lid on our emotions and learn not to almost feel, if that makes sense to you. So one of the journeys I've personally been on is learning to experience my emotions and to know what emotions I'm feeling. Because when we're not used to dealing with our emotions, we don't always know what is that emotion that I'm feeling. Am I sad? Am I happy? Am I joyful? Am I stressed? Am I feeling angry? And and there's so many other emotions that we can feel. But when we are not focused on our emotions and learning to really experience our emotions, we might not know what those emotions are that we are feeling. So we might think that we're angry, and yet we could just be sad. We might think that we are happy, but yet there might be that underlying feeling of judgment, or that underlying feeling of sadness or grief or happiness. So it's very much is start to embrace your emotions. And not only that, is when we get or when life happens, we don't deal with our emotions. So, for instance, when we've had a loss in our life, whether it's through a job, whether it's through business, whether it's through losing somebody to death or losing a pet, we have these moments of grieving. And that feels overwhelming. That feels uncomfortable. So, what can happen then is we put that lid on and we suppress it and we don't feel it. And then we go around feeling fine. I feel fine. How many times have you said to somebody, I feel fine, but yet you don't really feel fine? It's a go-to response. How are you? Fine. How was your day? Fine. How are you feeling? Fine. But that's not the truth. And when we're going through that grieving process, are you actually dealing with the grief, dealing with the sadness, dealing with that regret or the guilt that comes with it, or the anger that comes with it as well, or that loss? I mean, there's so many emotions just within grief. And then, of course, if we are having a good day and we are enjoying ourselves, are we again feeling guilty for having fun or enjoying ourselves? Do we feel shame because we are happy? Do we feel that we shouldn't feel that way because we've created a bubble of happiness in our life? And so there's a lot of these emotions and these feelings around emotions and feelings. Now, I don't know if I have made sense or if this has just been a total ramble on, but I just felt that I needed to jump on and just talk from the heart, from the brain a bit, and just talk a little bit about emotions, because I feel that it's a huge thing. And this isn't about tips or anything. This is just about trying to find a way to express emotions. Because for me, emotions are something that I really do struggle with. I struggle with acknowledging them to myself. I struggle to communicate them. So it's also been a little bit of an exercise for me to start to communicate about emotions. So I thank you so much for bearing with me, listening to me, and just giving me the space to just talk a bit about emotions and to find a way that I can learn to communicate about emotions. I'd love to know, what are your thoughts on emotions and what and how you are feeling? So I'm going to stop now, but I'm going to give you a little reminder, is above all, remember to live your life with confidence.